Yo, what's going on YouTube? Today I'm actually going to be covering my controller settings. I haven't done this in a while, and I feel like this is super crucial. A lot of people ask me about my aim, stuff like that. So I want to go through and show you exactly what I use for my controller, all my binds and everything like that, and see if it doesn't help with recoil. We'll kind of go over a little bit of that at the end. So basically for my controller, on my edit button layout, it's going to be set to tactical flipped. Now what flipped does, it changes your triggers to your bumpers and vice versa. So I shoot with my bumpers. I played with an Xbox Scuff. It's right here. I played with this Scuff for a very long time. Also had the newer Xbox Scuff with the precision, whatever the hell it's called, with the mouse click triggers. It was great. But I really learned to play Call of Duty on a PlayStation controller, so I picked up one of these bad boys. I picked up the Scuff Infinity PS4U, and I've been using this forever now. I do use a Control Freak, but back in the day on PS3, you shot with the bumpers. You didn't shoot with the triggers. And these newer controllers, the PS4, they have like that actual trigger shape. Back in the day, they were just kind of domed off. But shooting with the bumpers, man, you don't need to spin more on a mouse click trigger when you can just actually shoot with the bumpers. Xbox controller is different though. Don't play flipped on an Xbox controller. Those bumpers are chopped. PlayStation though, if you're not using flipped, you're absolutely chopped. Tactical makes it where you slide with your right stick. You push this into slide, and then melee is B. But my melee is actually programmed to my right joystick or whatever paddle, and then my left paddle is going to be jump. So I can jump with the left and I can melee with the right. It really helps to not have to take your thumb off the right stick, so you can aim while you melee. You can really beat the hell out of people. It's kind of gas. Bumper ping is off. Default stick layout is preset's going to be on default. Controller vibration off. Input dead zones. You want to make this number left stick min and your right stick min as low as possible without getting stick drift. I can actually like test the option when you go through. Let's see. I want to say you can go here. Yeah, so it'll show right now. I can move the joysticks around, and then when I let go, you see they have no stick drift. Maybe if you like lightly move one and let go, you can like make it drift. But the reality of it is, if you can pull the joystick out and let go of it, that's what you're looking for. You do not want stick drift after you pull a stick and release it. And I do not have it at 3.3, so that's where I'm going to play. The lowest you can get it without stick drift is the best setting for that. Aiming. So I play on 6.6 sensitivity. It's not too fast, not too slow. Some people are like, oh, I play on like a 12, I play on a 20. If your target is here, if this is who you're aiming at, and you have to turn on them, so you're facing towards this way and you go to turn, if your sensitivity is too fast, you're going to look past that target and then have to go back. That's not as fast as just being able to turn around and stop directly on the target. 90% of professionals are going to use a slower sensitivity. I personally find 6.6 is good for me. If I'm in like really crazy type lobby, stuff like that, matches, whatever the event is, I might go to the 7.7, but it's rare. Like 6.6 holds true. I've dropped plenty of 40 bombs with 6.6 sensitivity. The biggest thing you want to do though when you set your sensitivity, you want to go to custom and make sure this is at 1.0. By default, I think it's 1.20. Set it down to 1. So this game by default made all sensitivities 0.5 higher. So if you haven't gone to custom and changed that yet, and you put your sensitivity to 6, it's actually a 6.5. So a lot of people when this game came out were like, why doesn't the aiming feel right? It feels weird. I can't get my shot. It's because your sensitivity was slightly higher than what you were used to, and you would bump it down and it didn't feel right. I mean, you just couldn't get it dialed in. That's the reason why. So make sure that is set to 1.0. Sensitivity multiplier, I haven't touched. Vertical aim axis, that's all set standard. Aim response curve type, this is dynamic. You have standard, linear, and dynamic. Dynamic's what I use 99% of the time. If I ever feel like an update comes out and my aim's not like right, something feels off, I'll put it to standard. But that's so rare. Like that was pretty common, I feel like, in Modern Warfare 2019. But in this game and Modern Warfare 3, I don't think I've changed it from dynamic since like the third week of this game being out. Dynamic is the way. ADS sensitivity transition timing is going to be set to instant. ADS sense multiplier on focus is at 0.95. Custom sensitivity presume, this is a big one. So 0.93 on low zoom, 0.93 on 3 times, Anything over that, like a 4 times to a high zoom, I'm considering that sniping. I want that as a 1.0 so I can flick my shots if I need to. For low zoom and 3 times, I want precision. So I want that under 1.0, 0.93, so I can really hone in my shots, so I can absolutely laser. So then after I hit the laser shot, you can go in the comments and say use a Cronus, whatever the hell you want to say, because I'm frying people. That's why I set precision on the low zooms. Target aim assist is on, obviously. Aim assist types default. People claim Black Ops is the way. The only time I've ever felt like Black Ops was super broken was in multiplayer. I've never used it in Warzone and been like, oh, this is the move. It's only a multiplayer thing in my opinion. For gameplay, automatic tag sprint. I know that the slide cancel doesn't energize the tag sprint, but for me, if you want to move around the map as fast as you possibly can, auto tag sprint is going to be the way. Slide maintains sprint on. This is a massive setting. Make sure you set this on. This is what absolutely keeps you moving in tight situations when you need to get out. Auto move forwards off. Tag sprint behavior, I have it single tap sprint. Does not matter though because I have automatic tag sprint on. Ground and mantl's off. Automatic airborne mantle off. Slide dive behavior, I cannot dolphin dive. I have it set to slide only. That way my slide is more responsive than if I were to have slide dive. Diving gets you really nowhere in this game. It's really not super beneficial. Maybe when the game first came out, but with all the movement changes that happen with this game, slide only. That is the absolute way. Plunging underwater set to free. Automatic parachute behavior. Look, this right here, this is how you tell you're in a bot lobby or not. When you're loading into a pre-match lobby, you can look around and tell if you're in a bot based on this setting right here. If people are falling and they're splatting on the ground in the pregame lobby because they're AFK, they're getting a drink, whatever, it's just a bunch of people hitting the ground, you're in a demon lobby because these people actually care about their settings. They went through, they're like you, they went through, they made these changes, and you know you're in a demon lobby. You go into a lobby and everyone's just kind of free falling down real slow because the parachute automatically deployed. Lock it in. You're about to drop 30, 40 bomb. You're about to go crazy. Those are PR lobbies, okay? So make sure if you are cracked at this game or you want to be cracked, you want to get better, that you have this turned off. You get to the ground faster so you can get to the loot faster. If you're landing a hot drop, you can really time this right to where you can genuinely pull it as your feet are hitting the ground. You're getting the gun, you're winning the confrontation. Every time, bro. Sprinting door bash, obviously that's going to be on. Aim on sights is going to be set to hold. Equipment behavior hold. Weapon mount exit delay, I have that set to short. It really should just be instant though. I don't know why that changed. Anyways, yeah, definitely keep that on instant. You want that to be as fast as possible. Tactical stance activation, ADS down button for me. Never go into tac stance. Only for the camo grind. Armor plates, apply all. It's huge in Warzone. You can always cancel the animation. So if you start plating up and you start getting fried, you can double tap triangle or Y, whatever controller you use, to cancel that animation. So absolutely, why not hit apply all? So while you're applying it, you can have free control of your joysticks. You don't have to worry about holding your thumb or pulling your index finger down, you know, to hit that switch like with a claw grip. You can just worry about doing your thing. If you need to cancel it, you can double tap Y. ADS stick swap. Ooh, let's get back. ADS stick swap is set to off. Backpack control. Never really full my backpack. I'm gonna keep it a buck unless I'm like dropping ammo. I have that set to directional buttons. I don't like using the stick for that. I feel like I get more precision just using my directional buttons. Manual fire behavior is set to press. If you have this set to hold in multiplayer, when the game first came out, setting it to hold would make like fully burst guns basically fully automatic. You'd hold your trigger, just burst. If you still have that set to hold and you feel like your controller's broken because your pistols aren't shooting right, it's because of the manual fire behavior. Make sure that's set to press. That's no longer a wave. The only way I would ever set that back is if the M16 became absolutely cracked again and I could sit there and just hold it down on the manual fire behavior. That's it. Akimbo behavior independent. I want to make sure when I pull you know, the left trigger, the left gun goes off, right trigger, the right gun goes off. I don't want it to be conjoined together. That was pretty solid for the Deagle meta, but as of right now, I like that to be independent 100%. Everything else, is a bunch of hoopla. That's it, gang. Those are the settings. I hope those help. That's 10 minutes of gas right there. Look, if you are new to this game, or if you're trying to improve your rank play, you're like, man, I'm tired of getting fried, I want my shot to get better, try these settings. I want you to go on my channel. I want you to find my recoil control videos, where I really break down how you learn recoil patterns in the firing range with your weapons, so you will genuinely have laser aim. You'll be on top of your game. The more shots you hit, obviously the more gunfights you are going to win. I don't think it really comes down to a matter of movement unless you're fighting multiple people. But if it's one-on-one, most of the time they're going to miss shots. If you're practicing and you're not missing shots, you're going to win the fight. It doesn't matter really what gun you're using. That's a lot of people say, like, why would you post this as the best gun? It all comes down to feel. It really does. And if your shot's really good, any gun can be really good. That's the truth of the matter. If you're new to the channel, enjoy the content, hit the sub button. Crush the like button. I'll catch you all tomorrow for an absolute heater. Let's get it.